the guy's name that killed himself?
Oh, Chris
Nirvana.
Cornell?
No,
Or
the
yeah, Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain.
Mhm.
Yeah, they compared Kurt Cobain to John Lennon, and it was like, no, come on, guys, really.
That's I personally feel that's a legit comparison.
Well,
But you don't. John Lennon was writing song and writing lyric chord progressions back then that were very revolutionary to music and complicated.
there was jazz.
Yeah.
Well,
And Kurt wrote these songs that hit the generation that he was from as deeply as John did. And the same when you watch.
why that? But John McCartney wrote like 1,000 songs.
Right. Yeah,
in 7
60,
years.
69, yeah.
And they, you know, they 5/1 chord. They had some 2/5/1 chord progressions that you only heard in jazz music.
Yeah. Oh, they were definitely way ahead of their time and very complex for
Yeah.
playing pop music, popular music.
Yeah, it was really weird. There was a song, Imagine, that was pretty simple. Simple. I tried singing that and playing the guitar, and I'm going, what? How does he do that? Is it the English accent or what? Because it sounds simple.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of range in it, but just the timing and the chord changes, I couldn't make my voice work.
Well, would you like me to? I got to get busy on this instrument.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just send text.
To call.
Let me
I'll get out of here.
give me just a moment here. I'm doing a live stream right at the moment, so I'm gonna mute my microphone. I'll be right back. All right, so here we go. Today we got the SG-shaped object in that I built in 2020. I kind of looked the guitar over last night and got some strings off of it and clean it up. Get the tune up, which it's probably got close to 40,000 miles on it. It's traveled quite a bit, I think. This guitar has been around a little bit, traveled quite a bit. So we're going to polish the frets and do a typical cleanup on this thing. We'll just do that right now. Get that out of the way. Oh, where's my polish? Where'd my polish go? It's hiding down here someplace. It's there, it is. All right. Hope everybody's having a really great Friday. I had a really fun night last night. Got to go play some guitar, some live music last night at the open mic that we have here in La Grande, a little venue that has a really nice sound system, and really great players that come in and show up and play. And so I got to bore people with my improvisational guitar playing. Doing everything like hip hop. They did what are the spitting lyrics is what I call it, and that was kind of fun. Can't understand anything any of them say. Music, I don't listen to it a lot, unless it's, you know, Limp Bizkit or Disturbed or something like that that has mixed, or Korn, that have mixed metal together. But that was kind of cool. And let's see, what did I do last? Let's see, there were 3 guitars that hit the stage last night that I had worked on. So that's always kind of fun to go down there to the open mic and get to see my students perform, and get to see guitars that I've worked on perform. And the big deal, let me take this phone call. Hello. Hi. I sent his phone number to you. He may not have had his phone with him because he was probably in the shop when you called him, but he just literally took off about 2 minutes ago. So, no. I told him we tell you to stay home on Fridays, man. Maybe try him again, because he's talking about wanting to change the date of the show that he had booked for you on something. Yeah, so he did, and he said that it was booked on the 8th, but he didn't think that was going to work for some reason. So he didn't give me another date. So try him back, because he's probably in his vehicle now and he'll have his phone with him. I don't think he had his phone on him. The other thing is that he brought in an American-made Epiphone Casino that he was looking to sell, but no, he took it with him. It's brand new. It's a 2022 and brand new. That guitar, he paid $2,800 for it. I told him we could do it on consignment, but I didn't think we had that kind of cash laying around. We typically don't buy guitars that are that, Yeah, and I didn't really talk with him too much. He didn't seem too intent on selling the guitar right now. It wasn't like he was pushing, but it might be something when you talk to him, that if he wants to do something, you could bring it up to him. Because we could probably, I don't know if we could find somebody that would want that guitar. Okay. Yeah, and we're holding the fort down. You take your time.
Yep, we got her.
Okay, all right.
Jim, what was it? Jim Walker?
Hang on just a second, Mike. What's that?
Jim Walker was what it was in.
Oh, Jim. There's somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Mike.
He's gonna.
Jim just wanted me to let him know that he was in.
Okay. Oh, that was okay. Jim Walker, yeah.
Yeah, the banjo picker dude I sold him.
Yeah. Okay.
Hell of a banjo picker.
Yeah. What is going on?
Sorry about that. It was interrupted.
No, that's okay.
I got 5 things going, and 2 of them might actually work out.
Yeah.
I think I got 2 installs lined up here.
All right. Okay.
I haven't known 100% yet. The big old over at my house felt the crack of the fuck of my ass, the crack of dawn.
Just
keep you going. And
I was gonna ask how last night went for you. Was it what you expected?
Over there for a long time. Yeah.
Was he?
But it's all good.
Is he doing all right?
Everybody's doing all right. It's all gonna be,
All right.
Like I always tell people, you can't judge people unless you walk a mile in their shoes.
Yeah,
You don't know the
that's
whole
so
thing.
sad.
Yep, it is sad, but at least we get to come to work and work on some sweet guitars, hand-built guitars. And
Yeah, yeah. Fun to see this one.
I'd play that thing and be happy with it.
Yeah, I can't wait to strum it again today. I got to get this thing done though. Charlie's in town today, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to have to make an extra trip back over from Pendleton. So I'm going to try and make short work of this thing.
Yep, I'll leave
It
you alone.
obviously doesn't need a whole lot. Just
Just a little sweet.
spend more time cleaning it than I will actually doing any work, setup work on it.
Yeah, throw some new greens on it. And call it
Yeah, he was saying he was having some trouble with the B locking tuner on it, which I don't know what that was up with that. I'll find out when I go to put strings on it.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wasn't doing something right. He's getting some dings in the finish, man.
That's good.
He's
though.
dinged it up.
Yeah, it's just love cap. Yeah.
Oh man, if they don't have dings in them, you ain't playing them.
That's it. You got it.
No deal.
Firm believer in that. I love it when a guy buys a brand new guitar and that first ding is out of the way,
Yep.
and then they can actually start playing the thing.
Yeah, if you buy a new guitar, just
Yeah, exactly.
give it a good little love tap.
Mhm.
Get that
Pull one off the wall that has a little.
right. You can ask for a discount, and you got that out of the way.
You know, out of the way.
Oh, this thing's got little white spots on it. I'm not sure what that's all about. Kind of weird. They're coming off there. Yeah, this was a fun guitar to build. Took me about 2 or 3 months. Well, maybe not that long. Maybe a month and a half. Did the whole on my YouTube channel, which was fun. So there's video of it, of the construction of this guitar. So if you're curious what this thing looked like before it had any finish on it or not, you could probably look it up. I don't know what the link to it is. I've got way too many videos on my channel. I need to delete a bunch of them, I think. There's just and we did oh yeah, and this one we did glow in the dark fret markers on this, and nice big fret markers. So that's pretty cool. Forgot about all that. The other thing looks nice, beautiful. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we'll polish the frets up here real quick. Let me get a fret polishing rag. That one, nope. Here we go. This is my go-to fret polishing rag. I've obviously done a lot of fret polishes with this one. So I'm going to clean it up, and then we'll treat the fingerboard with linseed oil. We'll polish these frets a little bit with some, what is this stuff called? Semi-chrome. So we'll go through this thing, get her all cleaned up. All right. Have a gig tomorrow night in the beautiful city of Walla Walla, and have some friends coming out that have said they're going to be there, so that'll be fun. I'll get to see some friends of mine that I haven't seen for a while. I'm looking forward to just visiting with Dana, my friend Dana from over there. He was the bouncer at a bar that band has played at many times, and just one of the sweetest guys you'll ever meet. And he's talking about building a kind of a custom telly setup. So we're going to visit and talk about what we can do with that one. And I have no idea what exactly we'll do, but we'll talk about it tonight. I'm going to be really busy playing music and running sound for the band, so I'll have to probably wait till we're done playing. Plum Cellars, which is and it's only it's like a 2-hour set. there, but we all get to get out of town today, so all the guys. If you're doing it for money, reason doing YouTube to make money, you're probably in it for the wrong reason. Everybody's an independent. So if you play fairly early in the night, because everybody goes to bed now at like 10 o'clock. Weeknight, right? Younger generation is not as tough, I don't think. Kind of interesting. All right, so we got the frets all polished up, so let's go ahead and get the toothbrush out. And the paper towels, and oh, I'm gonna have to get a new roll of paper towels. It looks like I'm almost out of them. Yep, my last little bit. See if I can get enough. There we go. Oh, I didn't want that to happen. There we go. This up here. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Get some new paper towels here. And forgive me for not paying much attention to the chat today. I got a Martin guitar, or I'm sorry. That I am together again. It's currently 2+ pieces. The neck was broken in half, and the neck was broken off of the body of the acoustic guitar. It's a Takamine, not a terribly expensive guitar, but a very sentimental guitar. Feel where that at some point in this video today. You can see what my work has been yesterday and today. It's all, the guitar looks like it's coming back together really nicely. I think it'll be fine. All right, clean all this off of here. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that neck. That just looks beautiful. Yeah, looking nice. Well, we've got a busy Friday ahead of us. Lots of car stereo installations today. Got a lot of work on my bench for sure. This bad boy over. And you want to be real careful if you're using the simple green to not allow it to just sit on the finish. You want to get wipe all of it off there. It does a great job of breaking down the grime on the bare wood on the fingerboard, but if you leave it on the finish, it can stain it. So you want to be real cautious about that. Huh. What is that? There's a little spot right here. Oh, it's a little finish blob. He's dinged the finish on the back of this thing a little bit. Boy, God, the finish on this is gorgeous. Love this. The wood grain is just beautiful on this. Hi, Feisty, hello. Well, I missed your, what was it, a birthday or something live stream with Miss Lady Straight. That was cool. I could probably take it. It looks like this thing's had some wear, like scratches in the back. I could probably buff all that stuff out. I think. It's looking good. All right. There's the back. There's the front. I cannot wait to play this thing again. It's been a while. I built this guitar for this gentleman, and I have an SG, and he played mine a couple times, and he fell in love and with mine, and so he had to have one, and so he bought a kit guitar, and I don't remember where this kit came from, but well, it was expensive. It was not cheap, for sure. But just the bare wood alone, the neck and the body was a rather spendy kit. You know, to have to do all the work to put it together. So got a real nice guitar. Kind of interesting. You might know who Brad is. He was in a little band. So we called a company to do a cover for him. We're going to have one made. And the guy that he's talked with got the gentleman's name that owns this guitar, and it's like, hey man, I made for Brad Gillis, and he chose one, but I have a couple extras laying around, and we could just give you one of these to put on your SG. So custom truss rod cover with the gentleman's name in it. So kind of cool. Very, very custom guitar. It does have a wraparound tailpiece, and I noticed that you can see the markings of the strings on here. Now Charlie has put strings on this himself. Obviously he changes the strings. He plays a lot, so he changes the strings, you know, on a regular basis. We use Ernie Ball Slinky 10s on it, and again, this thing is a wraparound bridge, so we're going to go through and over. And so what we have to do on that, I'm going to put this on here just for the time being. Got to be careful with these because they will fall out and scratch the finish on a guitar. So if you're going to set them in there, just keep an eye on that. Strings on this one. This is a real basic. Should be a real basic setup. I probably won't even have to turn the truss rod on this thing. But trick, if you have a wraparound bridge or you like to do the wraparound ball and run it down the string right? So that now you've got 2 balls on the end of your string, and what this does is it lengthens, well, it shortens, whatever you want to call it, the windings, because oftentimes on these wraparounds, these windings will end up on top of the bridge, and you'll catch your hand on them. So it looks a little bit, but this is the trick of the trade, and it works. And we put locking machine heads on this guitar, so really pretty simple string change on this thing. And he was saying he was having some trouble with the tuner, the B machine head on his B string. And I put these on here. I don't pull the string real tight. I've still got a good amount of slack in it. That allows me to get a little bit of a wind on this machine head. Now, I'm also noticing that up here at the headstock, these buttons are a little bit loose. And you see that's kind of wobbling. So we're going to cinch these up. This is something that, and I also realized that I just failed to do something else that I should have done. Yeah, all of these machine heads have loosened up a little bit. They're relatively new, so this happens, and it's something that you should check whenever you do a string change. And these set screws, there is no reason to really reef on them at all. Just that little nice and soft. And I'm going to try and check the nuts on these. And so, having said that, I'm going to have to pull this string back out of here. And I'm having to be real careful not to let this string get loose, because I don't want my bridge to fall off of the guitar. Nice and tight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, these are Stan. I think these are Spurtles. I gotta look at them again. I'll get this string on here and I'll tell you what brand they are. I think they're Spurtles, because we got Spurt used on my SG. Just really loved how they work. I figured I'd gentleman is a lawyer. If you ever need a lawyer, look him up. If you're in the market for a lawyer, there we go. Now, with locking machine heads, I generally will cut the string off. But I'm going to go ahead and leave these ones on there just in case I break one. He was saying he was having some trouble with this one locking, so I'm not sure if there's an issue with it. Oh, and let's see, what are these? Yep, they are Spurtles. I think we spent $250 on those machine heads. Yeah, they are fantastic. I think Spurtle have done one of the best jobs with respect to locking machine head devices. Bringing these strings up to tension, and that feels a whole lot better having tightened these buttons down. I'm not going to bring them up to pitch yet, because I want to make sure that the spacing down at this end is correct. So I got to be able to move them a little bit. We want to get the string alignment correct. The bridge is not the bridge / saddle is not notched where the strings are supposed to sit, so you have some room to move them a little bit. Get you pointed at the action here. You don't realize what you're doing. bit of a winding. On there, get a little bit of a wrap. You don't ever have to get a full wound on that. What did I get? Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. I ordered these yesterday and they arrived today. Look at that. 6.3 millimeter fret markers that go in the neck of a guitar. And I'll show you here after a bit, after I get done with this setup, what those are for. A guitar that was very, very broken. When it arrived, it was in about 6.8 pieces, and now it's in 2.6 pieces, I think. I've got a lot of work to do on that one left, but I've gotten a lot of the hard stuff out of it. See how easy that is? Isn't that cool? Locking machine heads, man. If you buy a new guitar, I do recommend buying one with locking machine heads. I think that they make the bass players don't worry about it because I know you never change your strings, but guitar players, if you're playing a lot and you're putting new strings on your instrument often, definitely locking machine heads is a great way to go. It'll shorten up the workload in putting strings on an instrument. Okay, so this was the string he said he was having trouble with. So let's see. Good grief. I gotta undo that. My string got wrapped around. There we go. I gotta pull a little bit more through here. There we go. Sounds just fine. And I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I don't know what problem he was having. He said he was having some issue with the B string, but I didn't have any trouble with it. I've had spurtzels on my SG for, gosh, geez, 15 years ago. And they work as good today as the day I put them on there. Alright. Oh, I'm not pointing. My camera guy's sleeping on the job. I hope everyone is currently being safe out there with all the religious bullshit. Gods that are created by people, killing people over fake shit. Just, it's really a sad state that we're in right now. But we've been in for centuries now. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I'm lining these strings up to go directly over the ball, and you can see that this low E, I've got to really pull it off. And the other thing I'm looking at is the alignment up the fingerboard. Make sure that that string is going straight up the fingerboard. And there we go. So leaving these strings, that's why I didn't tighten them up at the top end super tight. So we got to make sure that the string alignment is correct. That looks good. What do you think? I think I'm tuned to E. It's my thought. Let's see how close I got that. Certainly not perfectly in tune, but let's see. Let's see how close my ear is. Oh, look at that. Hopefully I don't have Sheryl Crow. Boy, that was damn close. All right, let's stretch them. My ear still works. I don't have perfect pitch, but I'm damn close. And one thing I love about the locking machine heads is that it doesn't, generally it doesn't take as long to stretch the strings, because you're not having to cinch them up around the windings on the machine heads. At least that's been my experience. You know what I forgot to do? You know what I forgot to do? Who knows what I forgot to do? What did I forget to do? I'm asking you. You tell me. What did I forget to do? Something very important. You all know what I forgot to do. I heard someone recently like said something about doing a live stream, and like, I'm sorry stepping on anybody's toes. I can't remember who it was. I've seen it many times in other social media platforms, and if you go to YouTube live right now, there's probably 18,000 live streams right now. So just go live and never apologize about it, or worry about stepping on anybody's toes. They'll get over it. But it's probably not cool to be copying other people's formats, but you know, that's the only thing I would say, is just be careful about that. What did I forget to do? Oh, cool. Yeah, well, not many people like to watch educational stuff, or they want to watch just goofy stuff, or watch somebody sit around and play acoustic guitar and sing, which most people can do that on their own, right? So yeah, the internet is full of live streamers. So never apologize for going live. That's my take. And all right, that I failed to oil the neck, so now I've got the strings on here and all tuned up and stretched, and I forgot to oil the fingerboard. So we're gonna oil. I gotta get some paper towels, so So what I've done recently is I've gotten this wireless microphone that I'm using. Just because I think it makes my voice a little bit more clear, and I can move around, and if I bend over and talk while I'm talking, still hear me. Definitely not easy to open. 80, and this is manufactured. This is just a tap because I'm like Q-tips, yeah. Yep, that's probably what I'll do. But I was going the wrong direction, I think. Forgot about that. Well, I'll be dipped. Well, I needed some double A's anyway over here for other devices. Let's see, do I have a 9-volt here? No, I don't. I need to go grab. Some. All right. Yeah. Here we go. You're gonna lose my microphone. Oh, there we go. I should be back on. Okay, is that true? Let me see. Let me see if I'm clipping. I'm looking at my audio here. I'll show you what I'm seeing. And yeah, I might have a little too much gain on that mic. I'm gonna just bring the gain back just a hair on that. See if that doesn't help. Might have got a little bit quieter. I'm going to go to the stream right now and just take a look at that. But thank you, Action, for letting me know. I really appreciate that. I despise going to channels and everybody saying everything sounds great when it doesn't. Oh, you guys sound awesome, and it doesn't. So hopefully, yeah, that was it. It was probably the low battery on there. And I did bring the gain down on the microphone just a little bit. So I may have gotten a little bit quieter, but you know, you can always turn headphones up, I suppose. I failed to oil the fingerboard. So where did my paper towels go? There they are. I got a brand new roll of paper towels. All right. So let's get down here. I'm going to show you what I do when I make this mistake. It's not really a mistake. It's just an oversight, I suppose. I got in a hurry. Whatever. All right, so this is what I do when I do this. I do my best to not get any oil on the strings. So here's what I do when I make a little boo-boo like that. All right, so here's the fingerboard. Probably can see that pretty clear. So I just take a bit of this oil and run it down in between the strings. Get a pretty good amount on there. All right. Then I take my paper towel and push it under the strings like that. And then All right. Not a big deal. All right. Not a big deal. And once you get the paper towel kind of saturated with oil, you can go through and push it down in there and get it all into all the spaces and such. It's a little bit quicker to do before you put the strings on, but this will give Quentin James another boo-boo to put on his channel. He likes making fun of people who make a mistake, an honest mistake, which is awesome. I had to laugh so hard at him. He was just awesome. Fun channel. Pretty good guitar player too. It's fun. He and I have a lot in common, I think, and a lot not in common, but really cool dude. There we go. Okay, pull this out of here. And unfortunately, when I make that mistake, I have to use extra paper towels because there's just no way to really make up for the that's kind of a bonehead mistake to make, but oh well. I got to use a couple extra paper towels here. Not bad, huh? It's not my first rodeo. And it's certainly not the first time I've forgotten to put oil on the neck before I put strings on it. Okay. There we go. Looking good. And then I can go over the top of them. Get all that excess oil off of there. Oh, that looks nice. Woohoo! Fingerboard's looking pretty. Right, and then gonna tuck my rag under the strings here. There we go. Get all the oil off the fingerboard. And there she is. She's all done. That's all I got to do. Now I'm going to check the neck relief now, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the strings off because I'm kind of done worrying about having to pull the strings off of this guitar, because I know this guitar pretty intimately. I'm not worried about these strings needing to come back off of this guitar, because everything I've got to do from here on out is pretty basic rudimentary setup stuff. Let's see what I'm up to here. Let's cut them off. Hopefully my mic is sounding a little better now that I got new batteries. I thought the battery was a little bit low when I got started. I just forgot to check it, so let's see, turn it back up. It was the battery. Okay, there we go. Get more gain. I gave it some more gain. And let me look at you Reaper. Yeah. And once in a while it'll clip, and it's only clipping by 0.2. So you have a window of usually 3 dB over absolute 0. So here's my Reaper project, and if I hit this mic, well, if I tap it, I can make it clip, I think. Where's my mic? There we go. Yeah, there we go. And even when I clip that much, that's not causing any noticeable audible clipping. So that's a pretty well-known fact. It'll red light for you, and you generally don't want to do that, but it's generally not a very big deal if it only happens ever so often. And in fact, if you're miking up a kick drum, you almost want it to clip because it really makes them sound good. I think it gives a little bit of edge when that kick drum hits. But that's all a matter of taste, right? Sometimes clipping ain't bad thing. Ain't a bad thing. All right, so this thing is it's got strings on it. It's got clean. So now we'll check the neck relief and see if I need to pull the truss rod cover and adjust the truss rod on this thing. Try not to get. Oh, that's still, it's perfect. It hasn't moved at all. So the neck is really stable on this instrument, which is awesome. So that's a good thing. And then we'll check our string height here at the 12th fret. And I'm guessing it probably hasn't moved at all either. So the treble side of this, I think, could come down a bit, but I'm going to play it a little bit here and see. Hey, Preston. And Charlie uses these nylon picks, which I'm going to put his pick back in the pick guard. He does this. He's got this. He's got a Strat that he just loves, and he plays all the time too. But he always puts his pick under the pick guards at some place on it where it fits, and that's his go-to all the time. So all of his guitars have a little bent spot in the pick guard where he tucks his pick in there so he doesn't lose them. All right. So let's see. Yeah, that's hot. Okay. Let's see how this thing feels to play. I haven't checked the intonation, but there's no real major intonation adjustment aside from the outer two pins. Now this audio is just being picked up by my microphone here, and you can probably hear the hum from the P90. It's a Bill Lawrence. Sounds nice. Wow. Woo. Woo. I'm messing with my pedal board down here, you guys. So don't worry. I didn't go away. Ooh, what just happened? My pedal board just went off. I just lost power. My pedal board just lost power. There it goes. Okay, I found it. Okay. Okay. Boy, this thing is definitely, the P90s are noisy. They are, the hum from these P90s is crazy. Boy, that snark saying the intonation, and this is just dead on. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Where the bathroom's at.
You really careful, that guitar hanging there.
Down here.
About guitar hanging right there.
Hello. Yeah, P90s are noisy. I am not a fan of the P90 pickups. They are terribly noisy. Of course, everything in our shop is very noisy, just due to the electrical system that we have in this old building. And I can't, with this thing, aside from the shim under the pickup, it's not like you can raise or lower the pickup. All you can do is raise or lower the pole pieces on the pickup. So we're going to leave that alone, but it seems like the treble E is a little bit quiet. Well, definitely a big difference between which that happens anyway, but this is extreme. So it's the nature of the beast. But listen to that noise. Pretty annoying. Man. Boy, whoever put these fret markers in here nailed them. They're perfect. Amazing. Now, I remember we decided to put these glow-in-the-dark fret markers on this after I had already put the neck on there, which was kind of a bummer, just because I couldn't do this last dot. I couldn't. I didn't have a drill that would drill that out to the proper size hole, and I felt like I was more trouble than it was worth. And I feel like I would have probably caused some damage to this guitar that it didn't need to do. So. Isn't that a beautiful major 7? Let's see if I can make that it.
That'd be a good passing chord, wouldn't it?
Be a good passing chord. It's so fun to mess with chords. Does that work?
That last chord you can minor too. And then go to the minor. What was that other chord you got before the first time around? And then you went to another chord. That would be a good passing chord also.
Yeah, that's the one that I had, and I moved it to
Make that a minor too. Good job.
Oh yeah. Yeah. People are gonna be. You're gonna hear a song with this chord progression, and at any moment, there's like 8 million people
then you
watching.
Can make that a major. And then go to a totally different, like a shift in the song.
I do some crap.
I just fun to know, you know, you can hear like the next chord that might be coming. Yes, I always love that. You love those passing chords. Yeah, they're so great because you don't want to live on them for the whole song, but they're sure good for put some excitement in.
Yeah, I was talking with a kid last night at the open jam about because he was saying, I write a song, I'll write 2 songs, and then nothing. I don't get nothing. And I haven't been writing anything worth writing home to my mom about, but lately, but he was saying, I don't know where to go. I want the song to go somewhere, the classic. I got this really cool riff, and I'm playing this thing, and what I just responded with was, because he's a student of mine, and he's a pretty well-rounded guitar player, knows names of all his chords and bar chords and stuff like that. I was like, Remember when we talked about relative minors?
Oh yeah, that's something everybody should learn really early
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
You know, and he was sitting there with his acoustic guitar, and I was like, "Can I play your guitar? I'll show you what I'm talking about." And so I'm like, "So you got a song? You know, you're playing." So there's your verse, right? So there's a verse riff, but now,
Yeah, because the whole
change the minors to majors and the majors to minors,
right,
and
gives it a totally different feel.
and you can sing the same melody over it most of the time. And
Yeah,
create
and
some
it gives it
really,
a totally different dynamic. doesn't
yeah,
it?
create some really cool intervals. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah, the P90, loud. They're noisy. But the guy that plays his guitar does not use a lot of gain, and the electricity in our shop is pretty dirty. So the guitar is definitely going to have some noise going on. Yeah. Did you get an ad, Axiom? I pay for YouTube Premium, so I don't get ads. I don't ever have to watch an ad. But you know, my hope is that I'll get 0.0000000016 cents from that ad playing on my channel. And if if 18 billion people watch, I might make 3 cents. Right? Yeah, this is a beauty, Preston. It's, I'm really proud of this one. This is one that I took some time with, and you know, I learned a lot. As with everything that I do, you always learn something when you work on something. But in building this guitar, the big lesson I got with this one was doing finish work, doing lacquer and shooting lacquer. And it taught me to, I learned that I needed new tools to do better work than I did on this one. And it's not perfect by any stretch. I could have done a better job in getting the lacquer flat. You know, there's a few little flaws in it, but you know, the part of it is the gentleman who owns this guitar is a very good friend of mine, and for him to get to show people this guitar and talk to them about me, and when I was his guitar instructor, he moved out of our city, so he no longer takes lessons with me, but he's got a new teacher in the town where he lives, and he goes to a jazz club, I think, over there. So he's learning from other players and playing with people that are better than him, and so he's getting better. What was I going to say? It's just kind of fun for him to be able to tell people, and you know, he tells them, you know, the finish isn't perfect on this thing, but I watched this kid work on this guitar, so I always get a good kudos on it. And part of the flaws in the finish that happened due to my own mistakes are actually kind of cool, because it gave the guitar, it made the guitar look used a little bit before it was even new or even born, really. So you know, and he really likes that, and it looks pretty neat in some of the places where the finish is cracked and things like that. And it's not terribly noticeable. You have to know what you're looking for to see this stuff. And some of the cracks that are in it have been put in it by him. They've gotten worse over wear and tear. So, yeah. Wow, how did they do that? Huh. That's amazing. Well, I know they made $12 a month from me paying YouTube Premium, but to me it's worth it to do that, to not ever have to look at an advertisement. I don't allow ads in my home generally, aside from I don't have television service, so I don't see ads for I don't watch football games or anything like that, so I don't see advertisements. And if they do come on my my television, I just turn the channel, or not my television, on YouTube, or watching even folks that put advertisements, record advertisements into their videos. I always comment and tell them to knock it off, but I always fast forward over that stuff. That's pretty easy. Polyurethane, yeah. I've never used poly. Let me replicate. Yeah, exactly. Don't want to lose the. Yeah, yeah. Changing colors and repainting guitars is not something I'm much into. It's a lot of work, and it doesn't make a guitar sound any better. Unless you're Jack White, when the white guitars sound better than the gray ones, right? Yeah, I ask people to not give me PayPal or YouTube money. You can, I think, on my streams. It's got the little donation or whatever thing. I ask people to not do that. I don't need it. If my channel, if I do something, viral, and my channel gets big, when I end up with, a few 100,000 subscribers, when I could make a little money on it, that would be cool, and that's what I'll count on. But I'm not putting any eggs in that basket. Yeah, and I'll rant a movie once in a while. What do you name?
6502s, right there, right on top. Right there.
This is 62 of them. There's one. And there's two. Boy, we got a lot of those.
That's why I'm.
There they are. Putting speakers in a car. That's cool. Yeah, so. All right, so this guitar is pretty much done. I'm not going to do any other adjustments to it. It's just kind of fun to get to play this thing again and see it again. I don't get to see this guitar very often, but it's very special to my heart. The guy that owns this guitar is a very, very good friend of mine, and hopefully, I'm hoping that maybe I get to go buy him a beer tonight. That would be cool, because he came over to town for some business stuff today, and he's going to come pick up his guitar and then head home, but I'm hoping that maybe we can go get a beer together and catch up a little bit. So, I think my work here is done. Let me show you guys a few things that I'm working on. And hey, Rhodey, Mike, it's good to see you. I'm going to take my good old Houston Kettner out to a gig tomorrow night, so it'll be loud and proud. Actually, it's not going to be that loud. We're playing at a winery, so it's not going to be loud, but it's going to sound good. Not looking, yeah, I'm not looking to make money on YouTube either, but they allow me to monetize, so I go ahead and do it, because if one of these videos gets 8 billion views, it could be a big deal. I could make some money off of it. I'm not asking for people to subscribe to my channel or join my community or any of that shit. I mean, yeah. So let me show you real quick some progress that I've made. I'm going to show you the body of this guitar. Give me a second here. Yeah. All right. So.
That's got the shortest neck of any guitar I've ever seen.
How'd you like to play this one?
Yeah, they make a good slap box.
So this is a Takamine. You call them Takamines, Takamines? What do you call them?
I call them Takaminis now. I used to call them Takamines when I was younger, but I didn't know. But everybody I've talked to that has I respect this Takamine. So. That static is probably from the electricity in our building that you're hearing.
Yeah, or my journeyman here. He walks into the room and everything lights up and buzzes, and it's like his guitar tone, right? Sorry about that. Might be that I'm holding the guitar very close to my microphone. I don't know. But this Takamine obviously had the neck busted off of it, and you can see that it was a doweled installation, the way they built them when Takamine. This is their construction method, and they got the slot here for the truss rod adjustment. That'll be right next to the sound hole. And obviously the spruce on the top has been broken, and there are very, very minute small chips in here that I got to be really careful about, trying to not knock any of them out of there. Yeah. So this guitar is very special to the owner. I don't know how it broke, and I didn't ask. It's none of my business. I don't know what happened. So don't ask me how it got broke. I wish I could tell you, but I really don't terribly badly want to know. So that's the one half of it. We'll call that half, right? It's not quite half. Here's the other half that I'm going to end up working on most of the rest of my day today. The neck, right? And it was obviously snapped in half right here. So we discussed what he really wanted me to do with this, and ultimately he didn't want me to do a bunch of cosmetic reparations. He just wanted me to make it play and feel right. And so I have re-glued that back together again. It was two complete separate pieces, and it was cracked from right here all the way to the point right there. And I've got there were little pieces of wood and finish missing out of this, so there were little holes along this crack, and I've taken the CA glue and filled those holes, and now I'll have to sand those down so that they're invisible. But if you run your finger across where the crack is, you cannot feel anything. It's as if nothing ever happened. And all the way up to here, there's absolutely nothing. So you know, that's my expectation of my own work. You can't tell this thing was ever cracked aside from you can see it. So that's cool. And as you can see, I'm going to have to glue the doweling back in there and glue this back onto the top. I'm going to have to put some reinforcement pieces in here, and I have to do that and keep the truss rod accessible. So I've got my work cut out for me, because I'm going to have to do some really thin gussets. I think they're called gussets in these cracks, where the wood's going to match up, and that's going to be tricky. So I got my work cut out for me, and I love this kind of challenge, but I'll get it. And it does go back together. I've tested it, but not real. I haven't done a really good solid rehearsal with putting it all back together again, because the way the wood is broken in places, I get one shot at putting it together, and potential in doing that is that some of the chips will come loose, and I don't want to do that until I'm ready to glue. So there you go. So I've definitely got my work cut out for me on this one. But established 1962. I thought they were a much older company than that, but they weren't. They aren't. And this is a this neck does not have any kind of scarf joint or anything in it, so it's a solid piece of mahogany. So that's what I get to deal with. And oh, and by the way, you know, these spaces here where I had to sand, the finish was cracked, and that's what you could feel when I put it back together. It wasn't that the wood didn't match up properly. It went together perfectly. You couldn't break a guitar better than this. But when I sanded it down, I ended up with some bare wood showing, so I did use some stain to try and match that up, so it's not big, obvious, you know, light wood color versus this dark mahogany stain that they use on these things. So that's the story. And it does have it's a two-piece heel on this one. You can see the joint where the neck and then the heel is probably doweled into this piece. It's probably a dowel or two dowels holding this heel onto to the neck. So that's that. And there are some dings in this that I'm probably going to fill. There's a ding right here. Pretty good little divot right there. And there's another couple of them up here. And I may take the time to fill those with some CA glue also. We'll just have to see. So I got to be careful with that. So that's where I'm at with the Talk Mini. So I'm going to head out, you guys. Yeah, this one's coming together. I'm hoping to maybe glue the neck back on that guitar today. So I'm going to do that I'm impeded by doing a live stream with that. I don't want to do that. So is anybody else hearing any static? And I really appreciate you telling me about the static Axiom. I really, really greatly appreciate that. I like stuff to sound good, and I like to watch streams that sound good. And if a stream has some problems, I never hesitate to tell them. Just curious if anybody's hearing any buzz or anything. Thank you, Preston. All right, Axiom. Have a great day. Have a fun weekend. I know I will. I have no plans. All right, I'm going to go now. Peace, y'all. Okay. All right. Thank you, Axiom. That's interesting.